This is what salespeople do. They have an appointment that day. They have a few appointments that day. They call up first thing in the morning and say, Ms. Jones, this is Warren Greshes. Just want to make sure that we're still on for today. Now, when you say, I just want to make sure we're still on for today, what are you telling the prospect? What are you telling him? Not sure if it's on. What else are you telling him? Here's your chance. I don't know if you knew this or not, Ms. Jones. You probably thought you had to see me. But I'm telling you right now, you don't necessarily have to. If you want to get out of it, here's your shot. And when you say, just want to make sure we're on for today, so often they say, wow, I'm really glad you called. And right about then, you're not really glad you called.
He's fast, but he's very entertaining.
Very useful, very practical, very simple.
He knows exactly what he's talking about, so I like that.
Awesome. Yeah, I like it.
The generating of activity is the only part of the entire sales process that is 100% within the salesperson's control. It's the only part of the process. Everything else, you need someone else to say yes. You need to say yes on the sale, on the appointment. You need him to say yes. You need him to pick up the phone. But the only part of the process that is 100% within your control is that physical dialing of the phone or the knocking on doors if you're cold canvassing.
I just thought he was really just a lot of fun, and he gives you the information in a way that you're going to remember it.
You can tell he's really done it. He's personally done it himself.
Energetic, motivating.
Loved it.
You just don't make a call. Prepare for the calls. Remember, what is the single biggest commodity that people have the least of nowadays? Time. Time. You don't have a lot of time. It could take you, figuring people are going to pick up the phone, you can have some conversations, it could take you up to an hour to make 10 dials of the phone. Figuring you're going to speak to about 3 people or so, you're going to try to get some appointment, it's going to take you about an hour to make 10 dials of the phone. So you want to make sure that you're wasting the least amount of motion. So what you want is you want your list ready before you start calling. A lot of people, what they do is they make a call, then they look to find the next person they're going to call. They make that call, then they look up the next person they're going to call. Then they make that call, then they look at the next person. No, have all your calls ready. If you're going to make 20 calls today, 10 calls, 5 calls, I don't care how many calls you make. I just want you to be consistent. I would rather see you make 25 calls, 5 calls a day every single day than 25 calls once a week. Because if you do it every single day, what are you going to create? Habits. That's right. You do it once a week, what's going to happen? You're going to dread that one day. That's why, by the way, I don't like...
A lot of common sense knowledge that we've all forgotten and need to get back to.
You're taking notes, you're engaged, you're listening to him. He was great.
Some people say to me, well, how could you use the same turnaround for more than one objection? You must be kidding me. How many objections you think you're going to get on any one call? You're going to get one. You think this is going to happen? Well, you know, you have somebody. Oh, that's great, Ms. Jones. Then you know, many of my other clients said the same thing until we were able to show them how we could help them to increase their business. Can we get again next Tuesday at 3? I just remember, we can't afford it. Oh, that's great, Ms. Jones, because you know what? Many of my other clients said the same thing until I was able to show them how we can not only make the money, but save the money. Oh, I just remembered, my brother-in-law does the same. Oh, that's great, Ms. Jones. Many of my other... That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I know you think it's always happening, but it's not going to happen. You get one objection. One objection. That's it. And then after all that, I'm not going to say, oh, by the way, send me information. I'd love to send it. That's not going to happen. You get one objection, and that's it. It's your obligation to educate them on this stuff. That's your job as a salesperson. I don't want to know what they think. I know what's best for them. I'm selling needs. I'm filling needs here. You got to ask for the sale.